Hey y'all, this is Bewindi Bob just stopping by to share some amazing news with you. If you've been listening to the podcast, then you may already know, but let me just let you know this today. I am now a published author. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord. I'm so thankful, so excited to share these resources with you. My first release is the book entitled Empowerment for You, Encouragement for Your Emotional and Spiritual Wellness. Listen, this book is filled with information, insight, inspiration, and specific tips and practical strategies for your emotional and spiritual wellness journey. If you have not gotten this book, I encourage you to purchase one for you. Purchase also, give one as a gift to another sister of yours or to someone else. It is available on Amazon, and I definitely want to hear how this book is blessing your life and adding value to you. My second release, most recent release as of November 2021, is a workbook. Oh my gosh, y'all. It is called the Empowered to Empower You Reflection Workbook. I'm so excited about this workbook. And I know that for those of you who enjoy engaging in self-awareness activities and you love engaging in journaling and reflection, you will enjoy this workbook. It's actually based on the podcast specific episodes where I had dynamic guests. So this workbook is for you too. Both of those resources are available on Amazon. If you have any questions, you let me know and I will be able to answer them for you. Also, will you do me a favor? If any of the episodes has added value to your life, has transformed some things for you, or have just provided you encouragement, will you provide a rating and a review of the podcast or send me a message? I would love to hear from you. I want to hear how the podcast is really enriching your life, and I want to hear how things have changed for you, or you maybe how a specific episode has encouraged you. So I would love to hear from you. Send me a message, complete a rating or review. If you don't know how to do that, just send me a message. Let me know. You can do that by emailing me at bewindi.bob@outlook.com or info@bewindi.com. You can also send me a message on empowered2serve on IG. I look forward to hearing from you, and I want you to enjoy the rest of the show. Hello, everyone. This is Bewindi Bob, your lovely host with Empower to Empower You. I just want to come. I know that you have not heard a complete episode from me in a long time. I have just been blessed with so many guests this year, 2021. Literally, 2021 has been the year of just guest after guest after guest, and I hope that each one of those guests, there's been something that you can take away from the episodes to enrich your lives and to add value to you. Just a reminder, Empowered to Empower You podcast is about all things Jesus Christ, mental health, all things wellness to help you become the best version of yourself. Listen, I hope that this podcast has been one of the podcasts that you've just enjoyed listening to. I hope that there's something that I have said or that a guest has said or anything that you have heard that really has encouraged you this year, equipped you this year, empowered you this year, as well as inspired you. Right? I just want to come on here. By the time you hear this episode, it will be probably after Christmas or right before the new year. And I wanted to come on here to just wish every one of you, my lovely listeners, a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you an amazing, happy new year. I hope that you've taken time to, if you haven't, that you plan to take time to reflect and be grateful. I know that some people have had, this has been a rough year for many people. Some people are grieving the loss of loved ones. Some people have experienced different challenges and tragedies and different incidents that have happened this year. And for others, this has been a year of blessings, new baby, new adventures, new business, new something new, right? But whatever your story is this year, I hope that you take a moment just to sit back and reflect, a moment to sit back and reflect on what you are grateful for, a moment to sit back and reflect on what you learned from the challenges or from the opportunity. You know, sometimes we have to look at our lives and realize that even in the painful challenges, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for another door to be opened. And I just pray that doors are open for you. I pray and I hope that things get better for you, that whatever you desire to happen is happening even now and will happen for you. Listen, if you have started therapy this year, I am so proud of you. I've met so many amazing clients who have never stepped foot in an office, but we have been able to do great work virtually. Thank God for virtual therapy, right? I'm so thankful for technology that has allowed us to be able to do the work and continue the work that we do for many people, whether that means psychiatry or a doctor or therapy or spiritual guidance, whatever that is, to continue the work through virtual services. For many people who may not know, I am a mental health therapist, and my whole business is now virtual. Now that could change in the future. I'm not sure, but for now it is 100% virtual. And there are some plans that I have for the business. There are some things that I desire to do that will be announced soon. But listen, if you started therapy this year, kudos to you. I am so proud of you. I'm so thankful. I want you to stick with your process. Therapy is tough. I have clients who get not really mad at me, but they're just like, Ms. Bob, oh my gosh, I can't stand you right now, right? But in a loving way. It's tough, but it is rewarding work. So if you started therapy, I want to give a shout out to you and say, I am so proud of you. Thank you for taking the step of courage towards your emotional wellness, because we are each responsible for our emotional wellness. We are each responsible for our walk, for choosing to do different. We are responsible for disrupting the cycle. Many of us can see cycles in our lives. We can see it in our family. We can see it in our friendships. But if we don't do anything about it, how do we expect change to happen? Somebody, listen. I just want you to just chew on that for a second. So we can sit there and complain about the cycles. We can sit there and complain about the dynamics. We can sit there and complain about the problem. Or we have to ask ourselves, what do we have control of? What steps can we take to disrupt the pattern? What steps can we take to rise above the situation? What steps can we take to move forward? So life is about, you've probably heard the saying, 10% of what happens to us, but 90% of how we respond. We are each responsible for how we respond to situations. We are not responsible for what has happened to us. What happened to you is not your fault, but how you respond, that is your responsibility. So I hope that as you move into the new year, that you look at your life, you sit down with a journal or you sit down with a notebook and you ask yourself some serious questions. Who am I at the end of 2021? What is different about my life from the beginning of 2021? What do I desire to be different in 2022? Who am I? Who do I want to become in 2022? What areas of my life do I desire to make some progress? Do I want to strengthen my relationship with the Lord? Let me say something else too. For those of you who gave your lives to Christ this year, 2021, listen, you made the greatest decision that is the most important decision ever. That's the most important. Why would I say that? Because that decision is connected to where you and I spend eternity. There is a heaven and a hell. There is a heaven and a hell. And it is the truth. Whether you believe it or not, it is the truth. It does not change the Bible, right? And if you don't believe it, I still love you and God still loves you. Okay, so maybe you want to make a decision. I hope that you're not waiting for 2022 to give your life to Christ, because we know, look around us, tomorrow is not promised. The next hour is not promised. Many people thought that they would be here to celebrate Christmas 2021, but unfortunately, they're not here today. So tomorrow is not promised. But maybe when you do this reflection, maybe you think about some areas that you want to improve. I really want you to sit down and do that reflection. You owe yourself that. It's important to reflect, right? I look forward to doing that as well. And since I'm talking about reflection, I know that you hear the announcement right before the episodes. I got a chance to. There's so many things that happened this year, right? But I got a chance to write a book, and I'm so excited. I'm so honored to share that with you. Not only has the podcast continued to grow, we are now at over 97 episodes, and there's more coming. I already have guests lined up. But this book, Empowerment for You, encouragement for your emotional and spiritual wellness, is a must read. Many people are being encouraged today by reading the book, and I'm so thankful and honored to be an author. If you have not received your book, if you have not got your book, I ask you to order it off of Amazon. You can just go on Amazon and put in my whole name, Bewindi Bob, and you will find it. So the book is an awesome book filled with practical tips and strategies to help you with your spiritual and emotional wellness. You might ask, well, what if I'm not a Christian? Is this book still for me? Absolutely, because every one of us can benefit from encouragement. Every one of us can benefit from, how do I cope with anxiety? Or what are some tools that I need to employ to help me with my mindset so that I can change the direction of my life? Every one of us can benefit from that. And so this is a great read for you. If you know a college student who's struggling with different things or mindset, get it for your college daughter or your college son. There's some things in there for men as well. And the second published resource that I have is a reflection workbook. I'm so excited about the workbook because I was just talking about reflection. And the reflection workbook is based on this podcast. So there are specific episodes that I've identified, and you can listen to the podcast or episode and enjoy the reflection based on the prompts that I have listed for you in the workbook. It is a great resource. So I hope that you get to purchase that as well and engage in the reflection workbook for your self-awareness and personal development. Who doesn't want personal development? There may be some, but I know the fact that you're listening to my voice, that you are interested in your own personal growth and development, right? So I hope that you get those two resources. If you have and you are engaging in it, let me know how you are enjoying the process. I also added with the help of my publisher, added some extra pages for you to enjoy some additional reflection. Listen, you're going to hear my voice in 2022. And I want to also thank you. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for sharing the podcast. Thank you for your support. I may never see your face or hear your voice. I do hope to hear from you. I do hope, if you're listening to me, that you send me a message. You can send me a message on IG at empower2serve. You can send me an email at info@bewindi.com, or you can just you can just put a message on, like, whatever way. There's so many ways to get to me, right? But send me a message and let me know how you have enjoyed the podcast. Or is there any specific episode that you really, really resonated with? I also want to invite you to leave a rating and a review. And you can do that on your podcast listening app. That helps other people to find the podcast and listen to it. So I don't want to make this a long episode today, but I really wanted to come in here. This may be the last episode that you hear from me in 2021. This may be the last recording in 2021 because other episodes will be launched in 2022. So I just want you to know that I love you, that you are loved, that your life matters. I'm excited for you. I pray that you experience peace. I know that there's a shifting happening, and I hope that you experience shiftings in your life. If there's anything I can do to support you, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, maybe there's something that you are learning in your faith walk with in Jesus. Maybe you also have a story of faith and hope and resilience, or you launched your business, or you serve others through counseling, coaching, ministry, and you would like to share your story with the world. I have to say this. I'm so thankful that not only people in the United States are hearing this podcast, but people in Colombia. I've never been to Colombia physically, but my voice, my voice travels through Colombia, through the UK. This episode is being listened to people even in New Zealand. Again, thankful for technology that makes this possible. So I just want you to know that I appreciate you. And I hope that listening to this episode puts a smile on your face. So Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. And I appreciate you. And I will see you or be with you in the next episode. Bye, y'all.